All this action from round 5 of the Extreme Festival, proudly brought to you by our associate sponsors. Round 5 sees us head to the Friendly City, also known as the Windy City, Port Elizabeth, and Aldo Scribante for the Extreme Festival. As always, we're expecting big crowds, and there's always massive support down in the Eastern Cape for motorsport, especially when national production cars join the Extreme Festival. Henny Groeneveld's got some work to do coming from 4th on the grid. There's certainly going to be a battle between these Audis, the Chev, the 2 GTIs, and I think there's going to be some epic maneuvers that have to happen out on the circuit to get these cars into podium positions by the end of race 1. Final bit of preparation, get things tight, and let's go racing now. National production cars, race 1 here at Aldo Scribante. On board with Henny Groeneveld in the Sassel Racing Audi S4. And as I said, the championship leader at this stage has some work to do to catch his other rivals in this class as they head down as the lights go out towards turn 1. Joining me in commentary, Lauren van der Westhuizen. You see a nice field of cars here, Lauren, and some action from the back already in Class X. But at the front end, it's all about Stephen.
Well, Greg, it's all about the Audis. Great start there from Michael Stephen. And looked like Michael van Rooyen in that Chev, trying to get up on the inside, couldn't quite make it stick.
Ooh, gives Nathan a little bit of a nudge and runs him off the grass. Yeah, he's going to have to come back on just ahead of Nias Modak there, leader of Class X, but manages to tuck in behind the Chevrolet. A little bit of a pity that Charles Smallberger didn't make it out here for the first heat, but I'm sure that they'll get that car sorted out and hopefully be back in race number 2 to run with this man, Graham Nathan, and try and take on the might of Audi and the Chevy. That's the meat in the sandwich between the 2 Volkswagen SA products. Look at that. Oh, wow. Late braking from Groeneveld, and yes, Michael van Rooyen got caught out by it. So did Simon Moss. The 2 of them having to take evasive action, and Graham Nathan said, "Thank you very much. I'll have that any day of the week."
So calmly dealt with that situation, but we have to say the man who got himself a really good start, championship leader, Henny Groeneveld, up into 3rd place, and obviously chasing his teammate there for the front. Michael Stephen doing a good job of holding a nice tight line. You're going to have to do that here in Port Elizabeth if you want to hold on to the front.
Look at that. Nathan is all over the place.
There's Greg Maloney in the Mini and trying to stay in touch with the Class X guys and doing a good job of it at the moment and looking a little bit of dancing in front of him. There was Reinhard Potgieter getting it all out of shape going into the main straight.
Not easy out there at the moment. You can see these guys are really pushing it to the limit. As they go into the S's, it's still the local man who leads things out. Simon Moss still getting to grips with his machine. Can't quite run the same kind of pace as Michael Stephen, even though they're in very similar cars. Henny Groeneveld doing the same thing to try and get ahead of his teammate. But Bonafide is making that little S4 of his extremely wide and not giving any opportunities for Groeneveld to sneak by.
Oh, you can see dust in the background. That's not just the wind, that's the drivers pushing these cars to the very limits of this Aldo Scribante circuit. We can start to see some passes happening. This is the stage of the race where it's time to make a move.
Nice to see Smallberger in the mix there with the BMWs. Local BMWs just bolstering that Class X field. Great to have them on board. Nias Modak came all the way from Cape Town and leads things out at this point on the circuit. But a great effort there from Vlichnout Jr. in the Mazda to sit in second. There you can see him turning into Dunlop just up the road. And Gennaro Bonafide looking back and getting away actually from his teammate. Closing things down now on Michael Stephen. Michael Stephen very late, as you can see, just before the 200-meter marker, climbs on the brakes, but Bonafide was even better and now becomes the trailer behind that S4.
Well, we saw in qualifying that these two were around about half a second a lap quicker than the rest of the field, and we're starting to see that gap open up now. I tell you what, it couldn't get any closer.
So good to see this kind of action. Here we see on board, cool, calm and collected. Wow, can you get any cooler and calmer than that man? He's fighting for second place right now. Doesn't look like he's doing anything. Looks like he's on a Sunday drive.
I'll have some milk whilst you're down at the shop there. It actually looked like, yeah, on a Sunday cruise, but that's what racing's all about. The smoother you are, the faster you are.
And let's just correct ourselves right there, because that smoothness just went straight into a little bang into the back of Michael Stephen, giving him a little hurry up as they go through the sweep, heading up towards the final turn. You can see Bonafide means business, and he's not going to let this one slide. There's a possibility of a victory here, but Michael Stephen is going to make it hard for him.
Oh, look at that. Lots of bumping as they go through that right-hander onto the main straight. But I have to say, a very clever drive there from Henny Groeneveld back in third, watching all the carnage up in the front.
Yeah, just hanging in there and making sure that he gets consolidation of points at this point of the season. It's really, really difficult to throw things away at this stage. And, coming up on some back markers now. Class X is about to get eaten up here into the last lap.
Good driving there. Reinhard Potgieter moves out of the way of the front runners, and good sportsmanship, that's what it's about. As there's a big race going on for the front. Michael Stephen, can he run any more defensive than that? No way through for Gennaro Bonafide.
Oh, He's using the track and some. And Bonafide goes on his inside. Oh, Bonafide side by side with Michael Stephen now. And he takes the lead. Can you believe that? Going through the big sweep. He's got to the front end. Now can he hang on to it? Watch out for Stephen in the rearview mirrors. Coming up onto the back end of yours truly.
Greg Maloney will have his mirrors full of the race leaders coming at a big hurry and starting to get tight up in the front once again. So Gennaro Bonafide up on the front. Can he hold it? Michael Stephen will be hoping to find a way back past, but time is running out.
Look how hard these guys are pushing. Unfortunately, Michael Stephen doesn't look like he's going to be able to get this one. Gennaro Bonafide coming up onto the braking markers and looks like it's all done and dusted here. A great move, saw him sneak by side through one of the most difficult corners in South African racing to get an overtaking maneuver right. But he managed to hang on to it and he's going to take the victory. Can you believe that? Bonafide comes to take the flag and he'll be happy and extremely pumped about that. But unfortunately, he's not going to be too happy because he got bumped out one place due to that incident between himself and Michael Stephen with the overtaking maneuver. Henny Groenewald finishing in third, Moss, Nathan and Van Rooyen the top 6. Modak beats out Frederick Blicknote Jr. for the Class X and we caught up with Bonafide.
It was a great race for us, the Audi Sassel Racing team have done a great job preparing the car. The car was in great form. Myself and Michael Stevens, pulled away from a bit from the field, and it was just then argy-bargy, hustle-bustle, some close racing, some bumping from our side, and a bit of gamesmanship from both of us. The race was super close, but in the end, managed to make a pass on the last lap and managed to take the victory for the team. And it's great to be back in the victory. We had one in Cape Town, so now we've got a bit of momentum going forward, and the pace was just fantastic. The Audi Sassel Racing car was just phenomenal. So big thanks to the team, and we'll see